Hello and welcome to Room Escape Divas, your podcast on everything escape room. This week we are once again super excited because this week we are actually going to be playing Jen McTeague's game Escape the Eldritch Garden. Woo!
Woo! And we're
as
doing this live. Not live. It's going to be
Well, live.
YouTube recorded as well.
Yeah.
You mean video recorded?
Video recorded.
Yeah, we have an
Yes.
extra special treat because Mike and Ruby are able to join us. Yay!
Yeah. Mike will join after Gwen stops drinking milk.
After baby stops eating, Mike will join.
Yeah.
Yes. So welcome, Jen. Thank you for offering this game for us. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it before we launch in?
And also about yourself as well.
Oh yeah, and about yourself. See, this is why Errol introduces.
Yeah. So I'm Jen McTeague. I'm a high school math teacher in Providence, Rhode Island. And so I do a lot of puzzles as for hobbies, and I would go to puzzle conventions. One of the things I like to do at puzzle conventions is I would bring portable escape rooms. So I'd have an escape room that I could assemble all in a suitcase and then put a suitcase down and have people go through it. And they're a lot of fun. But one year, this year being 2019, I just realized I wasn't gonna have enough time to finish the escape room that I was making. So I decided with like a month to go, I was like, all right, well, what can I bring to this convention? And I'd been listening to a lot of Escapist podcast. So it was like, audio escape room, let's do it. So I wrote this up and was just running it for puzzle people all throughout the weekend, which was a ton of fun. And now I've taken it on to Escape This podcast. I've run it a total of, I believe, 25 times now at this point, just for fun. So I'm actually realized I should have had that up so I could just claim, aha, this is what it is. Yeah, 25. It's just been a fun hobby, really. So I've got 2 of them now, and I'm working on a 3rd.
So what if people start inundating you with, be my game host?
I basically put it up and offer it to people when I have time. So like I'm a teacher and this is September, so I'm hitting about the end of like when I'm going to have time for a little while. But I'm hoping that like, come November, December, I can start offering it, especially nowadays when I don't have many places to go, so I might as well run stuff for folks.
Cool.
Imagine. Yeah.
So I guess we should just get started because I don't know how long it's going to take, right? Oh.
This is
Is there a time limit?
There is not a time limit because there's not really a point in having one. It's not like I have like another customer coming in an hour and a half.
I'm going to share my screen.
Excellent.
Okay.
There.
So
this
Errol
is sublime.
has some handy dandy notes up there.
Handy dandy. And then remember, you can go in there and you can annotate for fun. And then I'm just going to clear your drawings. So all of this
Oh
is
yeah, this is
available.
something Zoom does, right? Yeah.
Yes. Zoom has nice annotations. As somebody who has taught with Zoom in the past and had to draw on top of things. Because geometry is a lot of drawing, it turns out.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
No. The class I teach is geometry.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay. Let's start with 3 facts about Lovecraft. 1, he was incredibly racist, even for his time period.
Yes.
2, the locations he wrote about were often real places, even if the events that happened at them weren't entirely real. Being in Rhode Island has a lot of ties to Lovecraft for good and for bad, but you can walk around and see some of the houses still intact that he wrote about, although in some cases you have to know what you're looking for. 3, he invited other writers to write in his mythos, and many of the things that we think of today as Lovecraftian were actually not written by Lovecraft. The first fact isn't relevant to the room, but is important to bring up every time he's mentioned. But the other 2 are the ideas about which this room is based on. Being mythos readers yourselves, you've read many different stories written by many different authors, but one of the authors who you've always felt drawn towards was Dr. Carmen Martin. She wrote stories in the late 60s before mysteriously disappearing in 1970. She was a botanist by trade, and because of that, alien plants often featured heavily in her stories. You suspected that the main character was a self-insert, but it didn't stop you from enjoying her books. The last book that Dr. Martin wrote was published posthumously. She was working on a story called The Eldritch Garden, a story where the protagonist is watching a secretive person bring in weirder and weirder items, and the protagonist goes insane thinking about what possibilities the secretive person could be doing in there. The protagonist finally decides to go into the garden, and that's where the book stops. The internet is split on whether that was the intended ending of the book. Some think that the entire point was to make your mind run wild with possibilities, and that Dr. Martin never wanted to confirm any one of them. Some others think that she had some awesome ending and never got to write it. But no one knows, as she disappeared before she could get a chance to say either way. While planning a trip to New England, you find the building that Dr. Martin was writing about in the Eldritch Garden. You don't expect to find anything there, but on a lark you decide to make a stop and visit it. When you get there, you find the building just as she described it. You step into the vestibule and cross your way to the other door to enter into the garden when you hear the door close and lock behind you.
Of course.
That's weird.
Yeah.
No one else was around. Looking around the vestibule, it looks fairly bare. The opposite door has a fancy plaque that reads, "There is no time like the present." It appears locked with a 4-digit combination lock. There is a small table in the northeast corner with a wooden box on it. But most prominently, there is a dead body slumped in the southwest corner.
Oh.
That's ominous. Hopefully you can get out of here before the same has happened to you. And with that, what would you like to do?
Search the body! Search the body for candy!
Well, you can certainly search the body. You will not find candy. Probably a good thing. But the body itself looks like it's decomposed a lot, like it's been dead for quite some time. The body isn't recognizable anymore, but the lab coat that it's wearing says Dr. Martin.
Oh.
The lab coat has a pocket watch in it, which still works, displaying the current time. The glasses on her face look expensive and very shiny.
Ooh,
Take
she has
the glasses.
Yeah, let's take those glasses.
You have a pair of glasses.
All right.
Wear them!
So when you put them on, everything looks a little more blurry and you get a slight headache. This would be, if I was in person, I would take off my glasses and offer them to you to give you a full demonstration of what this feels like. I am blind as a bat.
Oh, me too. It might look normal for me wearing the glasses. That means probably nearsighted.
There's a box. Can we check out that box?
Absolutely. So the box is a plain wooden box and easily opened. Inside, there are hundreds of tarnished silver pebbles.
Tarnished, eh?
Shine them all.
Tarnishes.
I mean, you can try shining them, but without any sort of special materials to shine them with, it's going to be pretty hard.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, let's take a closer look at that plaque, I guess. So there's no time like the present.
Yeah, so it says there's no time like the present, and then there is a 4-digit lock underneath it. Although actually it's not really 4 digits, it's 2 pairs of digits with 2 dots, one on top of each other in between them.
Oh, 2 dots, one
the
on top
time.
of each other.
Oh yeah, it's a time. There we go. Was the doctor wearing a watch at all?
Yeah, the pocket watch showing the current
still works.
time.
Yeah.
What time is it, Mr. Wolf?
The watch says
Can
that
we
it is
try putting
7:49.
0749 into the lock?
You can do that, 0749, and the door opens up.
Woo!
Oh, Mike is here.
It's a mic.
Mike, hello.
Hello, Mike. Errol's in the corner trying to polish tarnished silver pebbles.
Sorrel's in the corner.
All right. So it's actually a great time to come in because I'm about to give a longer description. So the door clicks open, and you see a garden ahead of you underneath a giant glass dome. Directly ahead of you, you see a small greenhouse with glass walls. Behind that, there is a larger greenhouse peeking over the top of the small one. Both of the greenhouses look like they are filled with overgrown plants. Walking around in between the 2 greenhouses, you see that there is a sundial and a mound of plant matter with an apple tree growing out of the top of it. Each of the 4 walls of the garden has 3 flower pots adjacent to it, only some of which have plants. The south wall is made out of brick and contains the door that you just walked through. This side also says there is no time like the present and has a 4-digit combination lock. But it's also already open, so, you know. The east wall is entirely a solid metal plate. It looks like steel. The north wall is made out of brick and contains a cubby at the top, far out of reach. The west wall is the weirdest, looking like it was made of some shimmering purple liquid. Almost like you could put body parts through it if you wanted to.
Touch the purple liquid.
What would you want to touch the liquid?
Ruby's running up to the liquid and just touching it.
All right. So when you put your hand on it, it certainly feels like water, right? It feels like you put your hand up against like a lake. However, first of all, it's vertical, so but little ripples come out. It does, however, make a sickening plorp sound, and your hand comes back completely dry.
Let's put Dr. Martin in there. But I want to take her lab coat and wear it.
Ew.
Okay.
That's not a dead body.
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean, you can wear the lab coat from the dead body.
Okay, I didn't want to lose the lab coat, but we can put Dr. Martin in there.
Okay, so you put Dr. Martin. Are you just chucking her in, or putting an arm through?
Okay, we'll put an arm through.
Test it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I see Mike is no, just chuck her in. Put an arm through, and again makes the plorp sound, and it
Plorp.
ripples out. You pull the arm back, and it's completely dry, but completely unharmed.
Oh.
All right, let's put her whole body in there.
Oh, we've got to find something wet.
You put the sorry, was that your whole body or her whole body?
Her whole body.
Her whole body. So you put her whole body in. I mean, nothing special happens. It
You can't. It doesn't go through anything. It's just like a wall. I think is it.
No, I mean it goes. I mean, you can stick the whole body in.
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to do.
Can I just walk through it?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
absolutely
dive in.
Bye bye, Man Pants. Have
Bye-bye.
a good life.
Okay. So you step to the liquid, and it feels like there's maybe a couple inches of water, whatever this actually is, and then you can step through, and you step through to air, and there's ground here.
Oh.
And actually, it's another copy of the garden.
Ooh.
Only this one has a couple changes. Many of the plants are much, much smaller. The only plants that are the same size are that you can see right away are the apple tree and the mound of plant matter that is underneath it. Everything else seems to be smaller. Also, the vestibule door on this side is locked, closed and locked. Finally, the purple wall is on the east wall, and the west wall is made out of solid steel.
Right.
Is the north wall still brick with the cubby on the top?
It still has the cubby on the top. Yes.
Okay.
What's in the cubby?
Well, so here's the problem. It's 20 feet up, so it's kind of hard to see in.
Okay.
Should we go into the real world or the blorp world? We go back to the blorp.
Let's go back and assess our situation in the real world, I guess.
Earth world.
Yes, you can go back to the real world, and nothing bad happens.
Climb the tree. Climb the apple tree.
Let's take a look at the apple tree while Errol climbs it.
Okay. So I'll give you the description of the apple tree, and then I'll give Errol the description of what happens when you climb it. Apple tree. So the apple tree, at first glance, doesn't look that unusual. And then you see an apple fall off of it, and then another one, and then another one really quickly, in very quick succession. That's much faster than should be happening. And if apples are falling off this fast, there should be a pile of apples at the bottom. But looking down at the mound of plant matter, when you see an apple fall in, all of a sudden it just when you see an apple fall, it hits the mound of plant matter, and then the mound of plant matter just sucks it in. Staring at the apples for a bit, you can spot a pattern in how they're falling. The tree drops a green apple every 8 seconds, a red apple every 5 seconds, and a yellow apple every 9 seconds. So that's what you see when looking at the tree. So Errol, when climbing the tree, so you can climb up the tree, and it looks fairly easy to do. There's tons of branches and little like knots around that makes for pretty easy climbing. And you can get above the large greenhouse. And when you get above the large greenhouse, you can see very clearly into the cubby.
Yay!
Into the cubby, there is a nest. And if you had to guess what kind of bird was in this nest, who's currently sitting in the nest, what kind of bird was there, you'd probably guess a magpie because of all the shiny things in the nest. There's so many shiny things, and in particular, you'll notice that right at the front, there seems to be this real big, thick, permanent marker with a very shiny label.
Is the magpie in the nest?
Magpie is in the nest.
Oh, darn it. I was going to throw an apple at it.
So can we knock the nest down with the
apple?
I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't think that would work as well as you would hope it would.
Okay.
And also, I think that would break a puzzle later, so no.
Okay.
What happens if we wait 360 seconds to watch all 3 apples hit the floor at the same time?
Okay, so somebody does that every time. There's enough math people that are like, all right, who's going to be the one to calculate that? The answer is that all 3 hit at the same time, and nothing particularly weird happens besides the plant matter sucking in 3 of them at once.
So we have green, red, and yellow, right?
Yeah.
Green is 8 seconds, red is 5, and yellow is 9.
How about the greenhouses?
Green means go.
Can I take a closer look at the small greenhouse?
At the small greenhouse, absolutely. So, taking a small look at the small greenhouse, it's covered in the inside is filled with plants, but there's enough that you can like look in to see what's inside there. And you notice in the back of the greenhouse, there is a large book. This book, it's like the size of a coffee table book, bound in leather, big, thick ribbon bookmark. However, the problem is in between the door of the greenhouse and the book, there is this Venus flytrap. It is the most ferocious Venus flytrap you have ever seen. It's like, instead of having like little feelers in the end, it's just got teeth. It's planted in the ground. It looks very agile. It's like moving, well, it's planted in the ground, but the stem of it is moving all around. But of course, all of that is a whole nother issue because this door is locked. So you can't even get in there in the first place. But the issue with the lock is that it's a 3-dial lock. But someone or something has scratched off everything on this lock. Whatever like designs or paint or whatever was on here has been completely scratched off, and you don't know what you'd be putting in, even if it was.
I wonder if it's on the other side. If that one has been is fine. I'm gonna run over. Yeah, we'll take a look at the large greenhouse first.
Absolutely. So the large greenhouse is so filled with plants that you cannot see inside this one. This one is also locked with a 6-digit combination lock. Although actually, really, it's 3 pairs of 2 with the 2 dots in between each pair.
3. Oh, so it's like hours, minutes, and seconds?
Do you want to take a look at the...
Yeah. I'm assuming I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna run over to the other worlds and
east wall. Let's take a look at the east wall. Might as well look at everything that's here.
It looks like steel. As far as you can tell, it is a giant plate of steel.
Just
doesn't seem to be anything too weird about it.
Weird. Okay. And I think that's everything here that we can look at, right? Blah, 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 blah. Sundial. Let's take a look at the sundial.
Oh, yeah.
So this sundial is a very fascinating sundial in that it works precisely to the minute. So for instance, it's telling you that it's 8:01.
Oh, so we could just, okay, fine. We could just look at our own clocks then, I'm guessing, too. Okay, fun. Great.
So what if we put into the 6-digit lock like 8:01 and 48?
It does not work.
Oh, pity.
And Amanda, I will say that the funniest thing is, in the first part of the vestibule, people will look at the time, then spend a minute like searching everything else in the room, then try to put it in, and they're like, it doesn't work. And why? Well, because a minute happened.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna run over to the other world and look at the small greenhouse door.
Absolutely. So when you look at the small greenhouse door, you will see that there is a lock, except that this one, it's a 3-digit combination lock. The first dial has all of its digits in red ink. The second one has all of its digits in yellow ink, and the third one has all of its digits in green ink.
So then it would be I'm gonna set it to 5, 9, 8.
Okay. So the lock opens. You're able to take it off and open inside walk into the small greenhouse. Although maybe only about a step before you're within range of that Venus flytrap.
Right.
Mike, you suddenly notice back in the real garden, the lock on the small greenhouse has disappeared.
Wow.
Errol, who I'm going to guess is still up in the tree, will notice that that lock is now in the nest of the magpie.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna ignore Venus flytrap for now and move out of there for my own safety. I'm nervous. I'm going to go and check out the large greenhouse in the Plorp world. We're calling it Plorp world now.
By the way,
Plorp.
are the apples still also falling? Not that, although we solved it, are the apples still falling in Plorp world?
Apples are still falling in Plorp world.
Oh, can we feed an apple to the Venus flytrap?
You can. It eats it.
Good job, Venus flytrap.
Yeah, so you can check out the large greenhouse in Plorp world. So it has the same lock. This one has not changed. It's 6 digits. Digit, colon, digit, colon, digit. But you can see inside of it now. So inside are just a bunch of plants and gardening tools.
Okay. There's something that I've been wanting to do for a while.
Oh, feed Dr. Martin to the Venus flytrap.
Oh, I forgot. There is one other thing that was on the Plorp world, and that was Dr. Martin's body, because you tossed it in there.
Yeah, let's feed it to the Venus flytrap.
But let's try Errol first.
Oh, digested Errol.
I will feed the Dr. Martin's body to the Venus flytrap. We may need Errol for more climbing.
I will point out that you can get through this room without sacrificing a party member.
Yeah.
I considered it, but you do not need to. You can toss the dead body like you toss the apple to the Venus flytrap, and it grabs it and then just spits it out.
Oh,
no.
I'm gonna try something that
like dead humans.
I've been wanting to do. Can I go in the Plorp world? That door on the south side is locked with the 4-digit lock, right?
Yep.
Same clue. Present time.
No time like the present. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put in 8:05.
It does not work.
No.
Isn't it 0805?
508 something.
Or 0805?
Backwards.
0805 does not work.
0506 0608.
That does not work.
0806.
Does not work.
Okay.
6080?
Does not work.
Okay.
We
Can
could
I
wait.
take a look at the sundial in his world?
The sundial in this world is currently saying that it is 11:17.
Oh, why don't we put in 11:17 in then?
And that will open.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so you put in 11:17, and the door opens, and inside you see a vestibule, pretty similar to the one that you came into. There is a box in the same place, and there is a door that is the equivalent to the one that you came through in the first place. There is, however, no dead body inside this room. And actually, Ruby, looking around, Dr. Martin's body's just disappeared from the small greenhouse. And also you're no longer holding her glasses.
Yeah.
Oh,
They just suddenly disappeared.
are they in the magpie nest? Is the body in the magpie nest?
Glasses should be in the magpie nest because it's It's shiny.
What's in the? Is there anything in? Did anything show up in the magpie nest? I'm still in the tree.
Oh, you're still in the tree. Yes. Okay. So, in that case, if you're still in the tree in the regular world,
Yeah.
you will notice that the glasses are in fact in the nest,
Yeah.
and Dr. Martin's body is now face down on the ground below the cubby. And in
Oh.
particular, you notice that many of her bones are now broken.
Oh, poor broken bodies. Glasses in Earthworld nest. Hey, Mike, you want to go in the other tree?
So, Mike, you can climb up to the Plorp World tree, and when you do so, you will notice that there is a nest and a magpie. There is the permanent marker, and no lock, no glasses. There are some other items in there, but in general, less items than in the other one.
Do you want to look in the box, man pants?
Yeah, can I look in the box in Plorp World?
Absolutely. So the blocks in Plorp World, the box in Plorp World is contains hundreds of shiny silver pebbles.
Yeah.
Shiny silver pebbles. Ooh, okay. Can I feel? Maybe should I just chuck those into the Venus flytrap?
Magpie, yeah.
I don't think he'd like that.
What if you bring the box of shiny silver pebbles into Earthworld?
Yeah, can I bring objects with me into this world?
Okay, so this is certainly a thing to try. So you pick up the box of silver pebbles and a box of shiny silver pebbles and bring it into Earthworld, which, by the way, these things have names, but I'm referring to them with whatever names you use, and don't treat that as any confirmation or anti-confirmation. I'm just using your own terminology.
Okay.
So yeah, you could travel with the silver box, the shiny silver pebble box, and when you do so, you walk through, open up the box again. They're still shiny. Nothing has changed about them. However, you will notice that the box that was in the vestibule with the tarnished silver pebbles is missing, including the one that's now on the ground that Errol discarded from trying to shiny it up when he went to go climb the tree.
Oh, did it switch? Who's in Plorp? Man pants,
Mike.
go see if it switched.
Yeah, I'm looking. Do I see the Plorp World? The pebbles and the tarnished ones on the other side.
Going to look back in Plorp World, there are no tarnished ones. There
Can I
appears
look
to be
in the
only
nest?
one box, and you're holding it.
Can I look in the nest?
There does not appear to be any pebbles in the nest.
Oh, they're all gone.
Well, I mean, you've got all the shiny ones. You're just missing the tarnished ones.
Yeah, the tarnished ones are gone.
So we had a box. We also had. Fortunately, I can't scroll up through Errol's notes.
Oh, what do you want to know?
I wanted to know what was originally in the vestibule room.
Lab coat, pocket watch. Ooh, is there? Oh no, the dead body was
Okay,
gone.
so I think that's about it in there. Okay.
But
Okay.
you could go search her body to see if that stuff's on her.
Her broken
Okay.
body?
Does Doc Martin have any tarnished pebbles on her body?
Nope.
Or at least, what about the glasses? You said the
Or
glasses.
the glasses?
The glasses
The
are up in the
glasses are in the
nest.
nest.
Oh, okay.
Glasses are in the
What about
nest.
the pocket watch? Also up in the nest?
No, the pocket watch is not in the nest. Pocket watch
Oh.
will still be in her lab coat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we
Lab
have that-
coat didn't go up there.
That 6-digit code, which I feel like is hours, minutes, and seconds, maybe. So.
Do you want to try the door?
I will point out. Well, you should try the door, but also point out there's another object that you've done nothing with at this point.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, I can't see the notes.
Okay, I'll try the door.
So you go to try the door in Earthworld that you came through originally. You try to open it, and it's blocked. You can't open it. But that's weird because it's not stuck, and there is no mechanism to actually lock this door. There is no deadbolts. There's no turning doorknob. There is no physical reason why this door should be locked, and yet it is.
Okay.
Do you want to try the door in Plorp World?
Sure. Can I try the door in Plorp World? I'm a little scared
Same
of it.
thing.
Same thing. Okay. There's the marker. There was something on the marker. We can't read it, eh?
It's
too
shiny.
far
No,
away.
it's just too far away. You don't
Yeah.
have that good vision.
There was the book, but there's also the Venus flytrap in front of the book.
Do you want to try to go in the greenhouse now that we unlocked it in Earthworld?
Yeah, what happens when we go in an Earth world?
Same thing. There is a Venus flytrap in it, and a very agile Venus flytrap. It looks like it did not get smaller in Plurp World. It's the same size.
Right.
So,
Throw the pebbles at it.
it is an expert at knocking pebbles back. Just like,
Got
you know, like anti-dodgeball, just knocking them back at you.
Got it.
Oh yeah, and there's tools inside the greenhouse that
The large greenhouse.
in Plorp World.
Yeah.
So, but seriously, Errol, you should go back to your list of what's in the room.
What about the plant
In the
matter
garden.
in Plorp World?
Yeah. So there's a thing of plant matter. Yeah, mound of plant matter with the tree growing out of it. It's getting the plant matter sucking in the apples. Is there anything you'd like to do with it?
Stick my hand in it.
So you go to, like, you know, put your hand in, and when you do so, it feels like very hard. It's like you tried to, like, stick your hand in it and accidentally tried to stick your hand into a sidewalk. Like, it's just not giving at all. It's like more like it's a stone sculpture of plant matter rather than actually plant matter.
By the way, the vestibule door in Plorp World also looks the same. I mean, it's just the same as vestibule door in Earthworld.
Yeah, it looks the same. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna call this out because I mentioned in Errol's notes doesn't really mention it. So if you scroll back up, you've got this thing that says 4 walls has 3. Has 3 what?
Oh, right. That has those 3 plant thingies in it.
Right, the buckets. Okay, got it. The planters. Oh, I even have them
Yeah.
drawn here. There we go. Can we take a look at the planters?
You absolutely can. So there are 3 on each wall. Most of them do not have anything in them. Only 3 contain any sort of plant. And whoever planted them did a very nice job for you because they took the seed packets and like taped them to popsicle sticks and put them in the dirt so that you could identify them pretty easily. On the east wall, the northernmost pot contains the minute greenberry bush. On the southern wall, the middle pot contains the hourglass cactus. On the western wall, the southernmost pot contains the second fiddle shrub. The northernmost wall doesn't contain any plants, but you do notice that the flower pot in the middle of it has the number 12 carved on the bottom.
And the middle pot has a 12 on the bottom. Okay, so there's our hours, minutes, and seconds. So when if I took a closer look at that, at the hourglass cactus, is there anything special about it?
No.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so it is, where is it? The minute is going to be 3. The, gosh, what kind of thing is it? What was cactus again? Hour is going to be 6, and the second is going to be on the 9. So it'd be 6 hours, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds? Possibly? Can I put 061545 into the 6-digit lock?
Earthworld or Plorp World?
Plorp World, please.
It does not work.
No. Okay.
Earthworld, then.
It does not work.
Okay. Someone check my work. I did that very quickly.
I don't know where you're getting those numbers from.
Well, see, it's like a clock
I
face.
do. Hang on.
No, I see that it's a clock face.
So
yeah, 6 is the hour, but 15 is not the minute.
I think Ruby's about to get this.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so it's 14 minutes, isn't it? Wait, no. What is that on a clock? Man, my brain's not working.
15 is where the
15's the middle one, but it's not the middle one, it's the one above it.
14 then.
So it is 14, yeah. So
Okay,
it's
I get it.
0614. Oh, I need sleep.
061444.
And the second is west, so 14. No, that's the 9. What's under the 9? The 8.
Yeah.
So how many seconds is
40.
that? 40? 40, yeah. So 061440.
It does not work. Check your work.
061444.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is it the number above the 3, as in the 2?
Yeah.
So would the
Oh.
2 be 10, not 14? So 061040?
That works.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my god.
For those who are watching, that was a clock that they just made. If you hadn't figured that out.
I thought it was like the number immediately before 15, because like what Ruby was saying. So
Yeah.
Aren't you
No, I knew
looking
what
at
I
my
was trying to
screen
say.
share?
I am looking, but that
Okay.
does not look like
A clock.
that doesn't. I don't get that. That's like the that's the 2.
Yeah,
Well, no, but you have the 3 different planters in each,
lines.
right? So
yeah. So my picture, which at this point is not spoilery, of the garden, you can see they're a little more spread out, so the clock face is a little more.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would make more sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, you put it in, and you're in. Did you say? Sorry, I forgot. Were you doing this in Plorp World or Earth World?
Earthworld.
World.
Earth World. So you open it up, and for the first thing is you get to take a better look at all these plants that are in here, and when you do so, you'll notice that these plants, you kind of recognize them a little bit, but like not exactly. I mean, imagine if someone took a bunch of pictures of plants, fed them into a neural network, and this is what came out, right? Like these are the other plants that the neural network has generated. That's what this looks like. They're all close to plants, but not exactly. So you have no clue what any of these plants are and would not be able to identify them. But you do notice there are some gardening tools in the large greenhouse in the Earth world. There, in particular, of note, there is a rusty-looking trowel and a rusty-looking axe. Now, I have just given you an axe. Make sure that you are using it to solve a puzzle and not randomly destroy things. In particular, it is, Mike's just like, I'm out, okay. In particular, it is not effective as a weapon, really, against the Venus flytrap.
Our friend.
Can we open the greenhouse in Plorp World?
You can open the greenhouse in Plorp World with the same combination. And it looks fairly similar, with the exception that the plants are smaller and the gardening tools look rather new.
Nice. I'm gonna pick up the shiny tools then.
But we'll lose the bad ones.
Yeah, as soon as you pick up the shiny ones, the old ones disappear.
Nice going, man pants. These are now gone.
Can I use the trowel to dig into the plant mound at all, or is it still sidewalky?
It's still sidewalky.
Okay.
Where's the
Apple
apple tree? Where did you
Sorry?
say? Where was the apple tree?
It's in between the 2 greenhouses.
Yes.
Is the greenhouse close to the cubby?
There's still a bit of horizontal distance from the greenhouse to the cubby.
Okay.
Can we dig in the pots at all to look for things?
You can absolutely dig through the pots. There is soil in each of the pots, even if there's not a plant there, but you could dig, there's nothing in the soil.
Okay.
This is the nice thing about audio escape room. That action would take you some time, and it's just like, no, there's nothing. What's the actual connection between these 2 rooms?
I'm trying to figure that out still. I know that things disappear. It seems like this one's the newer one. So it might be back in time, probably, maybe. Oh, well, that's why it disappeared then. Yeah, because it doesn't anymore because we took it. I get it.
And also, and the time is different too, right? So
yeah.
It's like 11, 17, and Passo's significantly further in the future.
Well, that's why I was like, are we going to find a non-dead Dr. Martin?
Oh, but his bones were
But
broken.
her bones got broken after we opened the other door, right? So it got worse.
We went to Magpie Nest.
Well, we could always try it. Why don't you go put your little silver things back in the vestibule, man pants?
When you put the shiny silver pebbles down in the plorp vestibule, the
Tarnished
box of tarnished ones appear again.
Right. So for now, I'll put my... Okay, so it depends on where we put them, maybe?
Well,
That
that's where
might
we
help?
found it, right? Because we're assuming we never touch it again and it appears again in the future.
Yeah. So if I put my tools back where I found them,
Then
they'll
we'll
appear
get the
back.
rusty ones. Yeah.
Right.
So the plants are
Okay.
larger because they grew up.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem that guy grows up. Stupid Venus flytrap. But it also seems that anything that is shiny dropped in
So-
old world, Magpie picks it up and brings it to new world
Right.
in the future.
So could we... Could we train the Venus flytrap to like us in the past somehow? Can we endear him to us so he'll just let us walk by in the future? That might help. I don't know.
So why is it that when we open the door, all of a sudden in the past, she appeared at the bottom? She fell down with broken bones.
I will confirm, by the way, that basically you opened the door and all of a sudden, just in an instant, the body moved. Right?
And this
It's
was
not
the
like...
ball greenhouse door?
No, this is the vestibule. The vestibule door in
Vestibule
Plorp
door.
World.
The body was dead in Earthworld, right?
Yeah.
So that means that she was stuck in Earthworld. In other words, she did not solve the puzzle, which, she did not open the 4-digit thing, and she could not get through the closed door, so then she just died in there. We opened the door in the past, and so she's no longer trapped. So maybe, somehow, she went through, and then something happened to her so that she's dead in the present. Maybe. I'm not too sure. But it sounded like she was trapped in vestibule and then just died in there.
So what happens if we close that door again then? The vestibule door.
If you close the vestibule door, the body suddenly moves into the earth vestibule. The bones are no longer broken, and Ruby is all of a sudden holding a pair of glasses.
Okie dokie then. Okay.
Good job, Ruby.
Okay.
Can I-
So I'm going to open up the vestibule again in Plorp World. Sorry.
Body moves, glasses go back up to the nest.
Cool. I'm going to grab those silver shiny pebbles.
Okay, you have the shiny silver. Are you just grabbing like a handful of pebbles or the whole box?
I'm grabbing a handful for now.
So you see that there's a small amount less in the tarnished silver pebble box.
Yeah. And then if I just put them on the ground in Plorp World, what happens?
I presume what happens means you're going to go check in Earthworld to see what happens.
Yeah.
So when you go to Earthworld, those pebbles are no longer there, and you've noticed that the magpie's nest is slightly shinier than it was before.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going
Can
to
we
take
go
the
down
whole
to-
box out there then.
If we go to Plorp World and just drop the silver, just drop a few of the silver pebbles at the base of the cubby hole, does the magpie try and get it?
Magpie does not. It doesn't know that you're down there. You haven't really gotten its attention.
Oh. How about we climb the tree?
Okay, you climb the tree.
So
Yeah.
you
Plorp
climb the
World.
tree, but again, there's a significant horizontal distance.
But magpie can see us, maybe.
I
Why don't you
cut down
climb the
tree
tree with some
arrow
pebbles
on
in
it, and then I
Right.
move him closer.
So I like what you're thinking, Mike. However, the issue is, of course, is that this tree is really heavy. Never mind what's going to do to Errol. I mean, it's clear that none of the rest of you care about that. But, chopping down the tree, you can do it, no problem. Moving the tree after it's been chopped, that's a bit trickier.
I say
Oh, so we chop down the
it so that
tree?
It leans and falls against the wall.
There is a greenhouse in the way for you to do that.
Good, we killed the Venus flytrap that way.
Wrong greenhouse.
Oh,
Can we chop a branch from the tree and lay it across somehow?
Can I grab an apple and
Got it.
plant it in the north wall planter? in Plorp World?
Yes. So, given that the apples fall at regular intervals, it's not, and pretty quickly, it's not too hard to go catch an apple. And you can go plant it in the one of the north planters, the center north planter, the 12 one in Plorp World. And when you show back up to Earth World, there is a second apple tree growing out of that planter, going right up to the cubby.
Yay!
Yay!
Climb
Now
up
you
it,
can climb
Errol. Ruby can climb it.
Sure.
All right, Ruby, you climb it, and you are now face to face with a magpie who's staring at you.
And she eats
I
it.
take the marker and I run back down.
So when you go to take the marker, it just suddenly pecks you, and you didn't know a magpie could hurt that hard.
I
Huh.
think we need to
Bring
it
the
to
silver box so that it gets
Yeah.
busy.
Ah. So yes, they passed me the silver box.
All right, so yes, they send you up the box with silver pebbles. You throw some silver pebbles off to the side, and the magpie, you show it to it and then throw it off like you're doing a game of fetch to a dog, and the magpie flies off to go get its silver pebbles, and you can go acquire the scratched up lock, the glasses, and the permanent marker. In particular, the permanent marker, now that you can read it, it says on it that it is a permanent marker designed for writing on glass and will last up to 100 years.
I wonder if we can write a message to Dr. Martin to tell her the combo to get out.
But we don't know the combo to get out.
I mean but the one to get through the vestibule. We can write something on the greenhouse, possibly, maybe.
What are we trying to communicate to her?
Beware of plant.
Yeah, beware of Venus flytrap.
What, is she killed by the Venus flytrap?
Her bones are broken. Oh, beware of heights? I don't know. I'm just throwing things out.
That's fine. So the glasses, you're saying. So we have the glass. Why is the glasses so important?
Go for a sec.
She's
I'll be right back.
nearsighted. She's nearsighted. She can't. Oh, she just disappeared. See, the glasses are kind of important, although I don't know why. I'm gonna go and take my permanent marker. I'm gonna write hi. What happens if you put the glasses in the past?
What do you mean by put the glass? Like, give me a little more detail.
Oh, if we take the glasses and just put them inside the Plorp World vestibule, and then close the door.
You put the glasses in the vestibule and then close the door. So the body disappears. The glasses show back up in Ruby's hand.
Oh, no, wait. No, the door is closed. Oh, yeah, you're right. The glasses do show back. Oh, wait, the glasses show up in Ruby's hands?
I think you didn't mean to do all of what you said you did.
Okay, so why were her bones broken?
Because she fell.
From where? She was next to the cubby.
She
She was
fell
right-
from trying
So
to
she
get
fell
to
from the
magpie.
cubby.
From the greenhouse.
Hold on.
would've-
Actually, Ruby, can you say that again?
She fell because she was trying to get to the magpie nest.
Yeah, that's what I figure, but how? Because the tree wouldn't have been grown. It was still happening before we grew the tree. So was she going up to the greenhouse and leaping to it as fast as she could? Or
Or she could have
Um,
climbed up the apple tree and tried to
tried to jump from
on the
there?
apple tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did she want from the magpie?
She wanted
The marker? No.
possibly the marker or her glasses. Maybe the magpie took her glasses.
True.
And then yeah,
Well,
Maybe that's
magpie
the
takes
message.
her glasses.
You know, if she
And,
wants the marker, why don't we just give it to her?
Like, don't jump. Here it is.
Right. If we put the marker, if we bring it over to Plorp World.
And put it in the vestibule and close the door. Or we could just ask her, what do you want?
What do you want? Yeah. Let's write that on the greenhouse. What do you want? Signed the future.
Okay. So you just confirm or deny these steps. I want to make sure that you're right. So you're going to go to the past, put her
Yeah.
glasses somewhere, question mark.
Yeah,
No,
in the
marker
vestibule.
somewhere. Sorry, put the marker somewhere, question mark. But after you've written, is there anything you would like?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you do that, you're going to see you're going to see something written on the large greenhouse underneath where you wrote that in like very like bad large handwriting that says, "I can't read this." And then the marker is now in Dr. Martin's lab coat.
Oh, that's interesting. The glasses aren't the right glasses? Because their glasses aren't working, or her glasses broken? No, the glasses are working fine.
Glasses are working fine.
And
can we? Oh, I don't know if it's worth writing another message.
We can wipe it. Oh, it's permanent.
One other thing. When you are consistently forgetting about this, when you go into the when you go back to the Earth world, you'll notice that the ink is fading away.
Okay.
The ink that you put on there is fading away.
So it's 100 years then between then and now, I guess. Yeah. Okay, what if we chop down the apple tree in the past so she can't climb it, so she can't friggin' break her neck trying to get to there?
Would hold off on chopping down that apple tree.
Okay, I will not chop down the apple tree yet then.
Then we wouldn't be able to, that'd be like a paradox.
Can we ask on the, that's true. Can we ask on the glass, how do we get past the Venus flytrap?
No, the thing is she can't read it.
I know. I didn't know whether that would be a different response, so I just wanted to try it. Well, no, she can see the writing, I'm presuming, right? She just can't read it.
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe we have to make bigger writing.
Where did the glasses end up?
Ruby's hands.
Ruby's hands.
Why were they in Ruby's hands?
I don't know.
Because she took them.
Ruby, how did they get in your hands in the first place?
Took them from the initial body that we found.
You took them from the initial body. What else? Where else did you get those glasses from?
The magpie's nest after
Yeah.
distracted the magpie.
Right. So in one case you got them from her body, and in another case you got them from the nest.
Right. So the magpie did take her glasses then.
Yeah.
And
in one of the scenarios, yeah.
In one of the scenarios. So that in this scenario, because she can't read because the magpie has her glasses.
What part is shiny of the glasses?
The frames.
Okay, let's mark up the shiny frames and make it all black.
Yeah, can we mark it up with the marker?
Absolutely. Yeah, totally. It will, and it will certainly dull down the glasses.
Yay.
Great.
Okay, and then let's just give them to her in the past.
Okay. So how are you giving them to her?
So we'll just take the now marked up frames and drop them in the vestibule.
Okay. So when you do that, as soon as you do it and you don't close the door, which you have done multiple times and then immediately close the door, and I'm like, so when you do that, the body suddenly moves again. Now it's in the southeast corner of the main earth garden with no broken bones and starting to fade black glasses. Still dead, but now like kind of faded. Well, now like just kind of like back in the original kind of just dead and decomposed form that it was originally in the corner of the garden.
Not another pair. Now that she has glasses, you can write stuff to her.
No, it's probably still stolen by the magpie because technically we brought the future into the past, and then the past glasses. Anyway,
I suppose writing "How did you die" won't help her out at all since she hasn't died yet.
Anyway, so she's in the southeast corner, right? Dead.
Yeah. Yep.
Can we write another message to her?
Sure.
Actually, can we check to see if the book and the Venus flytrap are all the same? Nothing else has changed in this world.
Correct.
Except for the body now.
Okay, so is there anything special about the body, like that would indicate method of death, I guess?
Not
or
really.
Cause of death? Not really? Okay. And she's in the southeast corner? Where was...
Yep.
And there's nothing in the magpie's nest that we could see that changed?
Nothing important in the magpie's nest.
So I guess we could ask her something like...
what do you want?
what do you want? Can we still...
Or how can we help you?
Is there a new message on the greenhouse at all?
Oh yeah, the I can't read this has gone away. That's a good point. That's a good point. So she would say, I would like to get out. The door is locked, and I don't know how it's locked, and I can't get through it.
Oh, so she's just trapped and wants to get out, like we want to
Okay.
get out.
Do you know? Can we ask her? Do you know how to get past the Venus flytrap?
So when you do that, she will respond. And excuse me while I look up a thing here. Okay. So, yes, the Venusian manhunter. Its only known predator is cicadas. It takes a year and a half to grow back to full strength after being devoured by cicadas. And then you notice that there is, on the larger greenhouse, there is an arrow pointing to one of the plants inside the greenhouse, and a note saying, careful, there are cicadas in this plant's soil. They come out every 17 years, and these are 3 years from coming out.
Uh-oh. What happens if I just put that plant into the small greenhouse and shut the greenhouse door?
Which small greenhouse?
The Plorp World one.
So you put it in, you take it from where she marked it in the Earth world and put it in the Plorp world. And then go back to Earth world. You'll notice that the writing that was on the large greenhouse with the arrow pointing to that plant is now on the small greenhouse pointing to that plant. And it says the same thing, except it now says that they are 5 years from coming out.
Oh no, it's a math thing.
Yeah, because you know it has a cycle.
Yeah.
And it's 100 years between the cycle, right? Sorry, it's
Yeah.
100 years.
I'm just gonna cycle it then. Can I take the one?
You can keep.
What was the thing again? 20 years and 17 and 3.
It's 17. It was originally 3. You got doing the 5 after a cycle. You don't actually have to do the math as long as you understand. You just need to keep moving it over and over and over
I'm
again.
cycling it through. Yeah.
117 are relatively prime, so eventually you'll get there. I mean, when I first did this, I was running it for one of my friends who I met being as a math major. So of course we just sat down and made sure everything worked out mathematically. But
You're trying to teach me something? Ah!
I mean, I did say I was a math teacher.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I believe it takes 7 total times in order for this to work. When you do that, and you show back up in the present after that 7th time, the Venus flytrap seems to have shrunken in size. It looks like it isn't fully grown, and well, you could certainly walk around the edges and not have that much of an issue.
Grab the book.
All right, so this is a fun part of this book. This book is the only handout in this game.
Oh, we get a handout.
Yeah, there is a handout. So as soon as my browser lets me highlight this, I am going to copy this and put this in the Zoom chat. You can decide how you wish to present this audio-wise. It's pretty easy to present audio-wise, but it's also a good reference to have. So there it is.
I shared it too. Plant wall.
There are many other rituals, but these are the relevant ones.
I guess this is what the axe is for.
We need to make a plant wall.
That's literally the one of the two that it says you don't know how to follow.
Yeah.
So that's okay. We can ask Martin to make it. But that means if it's the one that constantly opens and closes doors, is that the one? No, wait, that's
the
not
time
it.
flower is the one that just opens and closes doors at will. So
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
we need the time flower to open the front door again for us.
The portal must be within or near time flower. I don't even know where the time flower is.
Well, it says if we kill the time flower, which might be the apple tree, this means that if we kill it, we killed in all times, and presumably the doors will open again. Maybe, I don't know. So we have solid steel. Hooray! You believe you can follow them precisely and can use them to create a time portal to any point you want. To any point we want. Oh, okay.
I will specify, by the way, that any point means like pick a year, not necessarily pick a minute.
Yeah. So like if we go to 1970, that's when she disappeared, right? So that's presumably when she will arrive. So we just need to make a new time portal?
Sure, let's make it on the north wall.
Okay.
That is not a steel wall.
Sorry, whatever that wall was.
The east wall. East wall.
All right. So the east wall from the Earth world, you can make a time portal to 1970. And when you do so, the instructions are easy enough. As long as you
Wow.
don't like,
It's just your average time portal. Yeah.
yeah. It's just a little bit of chanting, a little bit of carving Eldritch runes. Yeah, no big deal. And you're able to step through, to which you find another copy of the garden and a very confused looking woman in a lab coat.
Oh,
Woo!
Doc Martin. Doc.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
We gave you your glasses.
Oh, are you the ones that left a second copy of my glasses in the vestibule then? Oh,
We
thank you
did.
so much.
We
I didn't
messed it up.
I didn't realize it was going to be necessary, and then the magpie just stole them right off my face.
That rotten magpie.
That rotten magpie.
So
How's Trex?
we need to either
We're from the future.
to escape. We need to do something with a time flower.
We need plutonium.
I don't know what a time flower is. Also, wait, you're from the future, but you said you dropped the glasses in the past.
Yes. I believe.
Did you write this book? You're gonna write this book. You're a very smart lady.
Which you showing her the copy of the Eldritch Garden?
Well,
Or
maybe we shouldn't show her anything. It's bad to know your future. You're gonna die. Anyway,
we all are going to die. I would prefer not to die in here.
do you know how
Okay.
you got inside this door? Is it unlocked now?
I just walked in. I mean, I can try. I've been trying every so often to see if this door unlocks, but of course I have no clue why it's locked. I would try to break it down or something, but I don't know where to put pressure.
So there's something called a time flower. It's fed by constantly feeding plant matter. Oh gosh, I don't know. Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to understand this time flower thing. So you don't know what a time flower is at all?
Never heard of it before.
No. Okay.
Isn't
Well,
the
this
apple tree a time
Can
flower?
I look in the Plorp world? Is there not a book in the Plorp world?
There is a book in the port world, and there's a book in the small greenhouse here.
We
Right.
have the book. The book we're reading, right?
So there's the book in 1920, there's the book in 2020, and the book in 19 I just called it 1920 instead of the port world. Damn it. Although you know that at this point.
It's
Yeah.
100 years in the past. That's okay.
Yeah. So you have grabbed the 2020 book. There is a book still in the small greenhouse in 1920 and 1970.
Can we look at the
Interesting.
book in 1920?
You can't get at it because the Venus flytrap is still there.
Right. How about in 1970 then? Oh wait, that would still be there too, eh?
That one's still, I believe that one is still there.
But we can cycle it.
If you would like to keep cycling it, eventually, yes, you will be able to.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
that
see
one.
the book in 1970.
All right, you grab the book in 1970, the 2021 disappears, and it says exactly the same thing.
Oh,
Okay.
so she didn't make that book.
No, I
No,
haven't-
because she doesn't know what a time flower is.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you said that she wrote the book, so that's why I was confused.
I mean, I write books, just not this one.
Do you know where this book came from?
Absolutely not. I presume the man that I've been spying on over the past couple of days is the one who brought it in.
Ooh, who you've
Oh.
been spying on?
All right, it's that unknown person you've been trying to find, right?
You know about that?
Yeah.
I've been trying to
little
keep it.
bit.
I've been trying to keep it a secret, after all. But I guess, I mean, I presume you must have found my notes or something.
Yes. And he made a time portal.
Did he just make one? Is that where you're coming? Where
So
are you coming
he, I
from?
think, made a time portal to 1920. We're coming from the year 2020, and this is 1970.
2020. Oh, the future. That must be brilliant there. I can only imagine what great technologies have brought humans
We're all
together.
stuck
Amazing
in the
technology,
house.
humans together, not so much. Yeah. Together in the worst way possible. So we have. So there's something he's mentioning called a time. He says that if we kill the time flower in any year, it will eliminate all of the portals in all years.
Okay.
The thing is, we don't know what a time flower is.
I can take a look and try to identify exactly what a time flower is.
That would be great if you could take a look.
She just pages through and looks a little bit. So a time flower, if these notes are correct, it would be something along the lines of close to what looks like a dandelion. A very innocuous looking flower. It's meant to hide, so it's not like standing out at all much. So you're looking for something about the same general size and shape of a dandelion, maybe slightly discolored.
Okay, so we'll have to head back to 2020 probably to try and kill it, and that way it should open up the doors.
I imagine looking at this, if you find the plant wall, the time flower is probably in such a way that the plant wall would be blocking it.
Right.
So now can we cut the tree down?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 1920.
You're going to cut the tree down in 1920. Okay.
Oh,
Are we
yeah.
going to be stuck in 1920 then?
Well, no, because the time flower is still around. It's just now that the plant wall will be decomposed in 1920.
Right.
So you cut the tree down in 1920, and it falls over.
Bye-bye, tree.
Presuming that you then proceed to go to 2020.
Yeah.
The mound of plant matter is about half decomposed.
Oh, still not fully decomposed, eh? Can we look inside of it?
No, it is not decomposed enough that you can look inside.
Oh, man. Okay, can we make a time portal to 1820?
You go to make a time portal to 1820 just to make life easier, and it does not work. Looking through the book, like, why is this not working? There's not a steel wall in 1820, so you can't make one back that far.
Oh.
How about 1900? Does that work?
1900 does work. That is actually the earliest that this wall exists.
And now can we cut down the tree?
Yeah, so I'm going to presume you make this portal off of 1920. You have the Sorry, I'm making a little map for myself of the portals that people create.
Yeah.
So you cut down the tree in 1900. You go to 2020. It looks like it is a little bit more decomposed, but not all the way.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's make a portal to 2120.
Okay.
I guess see what you're doing. Yeah.
So building it off of 1970 or 1900?
1900.
Okay.
We'll keep 1970.
Well, I mean, you're keeping them no matter what.
Okay.
You don't actually have any instructions for closing a time portal.
Okay, we
getting
just
rid of
open
the
them all.
Okay, so you go to 2120.
That seems
And
like
I'm
a
gonna
dangerous place to go.
I'm going to pull out box text, so you probably did something right. So it works. You enter into another copy of the garden, but this one looks horrific. Most of the plants are dead and shriveled up, and the sky above has turned a sickly red. You hear a cry, and a horrifyingly large creature soars above the glass, oblivious to the garden beneath you. The only plant that is left is a small dandelion where the mound of plant matter was.
Wow, if we destroy it here, we're stuck in 2020.
But then we're stuck here, aren't we?
Yeah. Maybe we can ask Doc Martin to do it.
Oh, so that she can stay disappeared? to keep that, continuum going?
So how did so how can we kill this thing?
With the axe. We have the axe.
Well, no, it's just a flower. We just have to pick it.
All right, what happens if we touch the flower?
Oh, no. You touch the flower. I'm going back to 2020.
I will sacrifice myself and kill this flower.
You can touch the flower.
Just know where it is.
You've touched the flower.
Okay. There's probably an easy way to kill a flower.
With an axe.
Well, no, not with us there. We can go back to 2020 and just hope that it dies. Because we might, bury it in...
Wait. Would we be able to access the flower in the past knowing what we know in the future? Like, if we go back to, 1920, do we know exactly where the flower is? Can we access the flower and kill it then? Or
no.
The plant wall is in the way still.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just rip it out?
Okay, you rip it out then. I'm going back to
out.
2020.
All right.
Gosh.
Unless we ask Doc Martin to. Can we go to 1970 and talk to Doc Martin for a sec?
Just you to send her into the future? Okay, go ahead. Ask Doc Martin.
Listen, we found the time flower. It's in the far future. The thing is, we don't know if we should kill it or not. It means we'll be trapped there, essentially.
But the future is amazing. You should do it.
It has monsters flying in the sky.
Oh wow, that sounds horrific and like good fodder for a book. You can send her off to 2120. When you do so,
we're just gonna let her sacrifice herself.
We could check out like 2100 and
we can't mess with the past. In our future, she's still missing. So, do we mess with that? Do we change it?
Screw time continuity. Whatever.
So, she picks the small dandelion, and all of a sudden, you find yourself back in your hotel room. You're sitting in bed, and you're holding a book. It's the Eldritch Garden, only it's much thicker than you remember it being. Turning to the end, you notice that there's a whole new section of the book. Now the part after the protagonist goes to the garden has been written. The story describes the fearless botanist as she talks with messages being written on walls, identifying plants for some unknown persons who all of a sudden show up dressed in weird clothes, babbling something about time travel. All throughout the story, she describes her battle with a ferocious magpie who keeps trying to steal her glasses. In the end, she walks through four separate time portals, going through various different times, describing the garden in all of its splendor in various different areas until she gets to this horrific hellscape where she plucks a dandelion. And all of a sudden, she finds herself back into the original garden that she was in, but the garden has fallen to pieces and the door is left open. She realizes that she played only a smaller part in some big battle she can't possibly understand. Turning to your suitcase, you find that there are piles of books written by Dr. Martin that you've never seen before. It looks like you've got some fun reading ahead of you.
Woo!
Congratulations! That's Escape the Eldritch Garden. It's appropriate for a time travel room. You have escaped by making the room never happen in the first place.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah. So mind bendy.
The goal. That's honestly the goal, is to be super mind bendy.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Oh my.
Thank you. Oh. Shall we say goodbye and then close out?
Yes, we shall. All right, thanks. Room Escape. Oh yeah, sorry, before we close out, do you have a web page or anything?
So you can find my Twitter. It's at Mers I am not. So MERSIAMNOT. I will have a website. It is in progress and will be showing up hopefully soon. So once my wife and I write puzzles, like pen and paper puzzles, and we're going to be putting those up online. So
do we follow each other on Twitter?
I don't know, but I'm happy to follow you now. Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. This was a lot of fun, and I hope it wasn't too painful watching us bash our heads against a wall with many closing doors and time traveling. All right.
And if people want these notes, because the notes for this room are available for free online, because I ran this on Escape This Podcast. So if you go back, this was season 5, episode 10. So if you go back, you can download these notes, including a whole 3-page section of here's how time travel works in this room, so that you can, let people be consistent and figure it out. So feel free to run this room. It's awesome.
Great. All right. Well, signing out. Room Escape Divas is brought to you by Inverse Genius. You can go to inversegenius.com to find other fun podcasts just like this one. You can also email us at roomescapedivas@gmail.com.
What are you laughing at?
I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. Pear tree, ginger ale, soda. Cool. Fever tree.
I'm trying to find...
You can also find us on Facebook. Click the like button on the Room Escape Divas Facebook page. We also have community meetups every Friday for the remainder of September at the very least, but we're all getting a bit busier now. And if you are using Twitter, you can use the hashtag REDivas. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.